What is going on, everybody? This is Jackson from JD Sports Zone, and today I have another special Banana Ball interview with former party animal, now Loco Beach Coconut, Sal Jacobo. Sal, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. Happy holidays, and how's your day going, man?
It's going awesome, man. I just got back from seeing my fiance. Pretty recent thing. Just got engaged.
Congrats.
So thank you. And I was just hanging out with her, so I just made the trip back up to Arkansas, and yeah, just hanging out now and excited to be here.
Always amazing times with significant others, and glad to have you on, especially as a returning guy. And also, congratulations on your recent Banana Ball championship win with the Party Animals. So, congrats on that. But I want to ask you about like my first question relating to your Banana Ball career so far. You joined Banana Ball last year, is that correct?
Yes.
So what made you want to go from collegiate ball? Because I know a lot of people take the route of pro ball or just indie ball in other different countries. What made you want to take the route from collegiate ball to entertainment baseball with banana ball?
So I had always known about the bananas. I knew about them like I think right before COVID is when I first saw them, and that was when they had first started doing banana ball rather than regular baseball. And so I'd seen it, I thought it was cool, but I never had like a desire to do that. And so that was before I went and played college ball. So I kind of just forgot about it. Like it just kind of went away. I would see it pop up on my feed every now and then, but then I got to college, finished my college season, and at the time I was dating my now fiance, and we were like getting pretty serious. And so I was like, well, I've heard a lot of good things, a lot of bad things about indie ball, about how it's like a grind financially, like it's kind of hard to even keep yourself financially stable. And I knew I didn't really want that for the start of me and her name's Katie, our relationship, and hopefully soon to be long future. And so I was like, well, you know what? I need to make money, so I just decided to just hang it up, and I was gonna pursue firefighting here in my hometown in Arkansas, just to start get in the workforce, and I heard a lot of good things about firefighting, how it's kind of similar to baseball in a sense of you have like a team, and you guys are all have each other's back, and stuff, and but the opportunity of Banana Ball was just kind of like handed to me as in or presented to me, not handed to me, but presented to me by my head coach at Southwest Baptist where I finished up and graduated. He had coached against Tyler Gillum, the Bananas head coach, back when they were in the CPL. And so I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And so Gillum had texted my head coach, and he was like, "Hey, the Bananas are holding a tryout in Kansas City. Would you want to try out?" And I was like, I mean, yeah, it sounds fun. Like, why not? I was like, oh my God, I forgot about them. And so I heard about the tryout, and I only had like 3 weeks because it was the very last tryout of the year. And so I was like, well, I got to drive 3 hours to this place, and I only have 3 weeks to get back in shape. And so I did everything I could, learned trick plays. Didn't really learn how to dance. I was just hoping that would kind of come naturally, but um, so I just went and I remember like just going to that tryout, and I just had the most fun time ever. And I'm sure every single guy that has tried out in this organization would tell you the exact same thing. But it was seriously incredible, and I think it honestly reignited my love for baseball again.
It's great to hear that story, especially from, I love hearing stories about transitional periods from collegiate baseball to, I guess, the next journey in baseball, whether it's pro ball or entertainment baseball, like, banana ball. And I think you truly embodied, banana ball. I've seen the trick plays, man. I've seen the content you've been posting out on your Instagram. I truly love it, man. And I want to ask you about, I guess, the next question related to that. I've seen the trick play of you with the party animals behind the back and then the to first
Yeah.
base. What was it like, specifically in that moment for you? I guess I would say, would you say it's one of your top tier moments of your banana ball career so far?
Oh, for sure. I think that play had been kind of nagging at me for like the whole season. So I knew like I feel I came into Banana Ball hoping to evolve the trick play category. And like I know like guys like Ryan Cox and all them, like they're all evolving at DR with breaking like over 100 trick plays, which is unheard of out of an outfielder. And I was just like, well, I want to be one of those guys. And so, but I didn't want to just do it by just putting the ball between my legs and then throwing it across. So I wanted to add in like cooler stuff because I like hearing the oohs and ahs in the crowd. Like that's kind of what we strive to hear for because we're trying to entertain the fans. We want to entertain the fans to keep them into it. And so I like just I guess I was in San Antonio, I believe. I was just thinking, I was like, well, I think it was Jordan Hussein hitting, and I was like, well, if he hits me a ball here and if it's hit hard enough, um, like I'm just gonna try to rip a behind the back bounce, and I hadn't done that all year. I knew I could do it in practice. I like had it down like 9 times out of 10, but I'd never tried it in game. And so I was like, well, I'm just gonna try it on this one. He luckily hits me a hard ground ball, and I have plenty of time put it behind my back, catch it super clean, grab it with my bare hand, and throw it across, and got the out. And like at that time, I was just like, it felt so routine. It almost felt like instinct because of how many times I worked on it. But it was so nice to finally get that one under my belt, and hopefully in 2026, I'll get to bring out some more stuff. I'll bring out the oohs and ahs.
I mean, I hope to see it in 2026 for sure. And I mean, it's a surreal full circle moment. I mean, something you practiced over and over again, and it finally came full circle moment in San Antonio versus the Texas Tailgaters. And honestly, one of my favorite plays I saw from the 2025 season, man. And I want to ask you this, I guess, about the 2025 season with the party animals. I mean, you've traveled to places like St. Louis, San Antonio. Is there something you're looking forward to in 2026 with the Loco Beach Coconuts traveling to places like ESPN Worldwide Sports? I heard from Ashby Vining that he told me he was super excited to play there. What's something or a place you're looking forward to in 26?
For me, definitely Orlando and ESPN Worldwide Sports. My brother-in-law has family there. All of his family lives there, so that'll be a kind of little fun family reunion for him, and to watch me play there. But the one stadium I was most looking forward, in which I was really jealous of the Bananas and Firefighters last year, was Petco Park in
Uh-huh.
San Diego. That stadium is just beautiful. Just from the outside, from I've seen in pictures. I've never been the furthest west I've been was actually in 2025 when we went to Reno, Nevada. We actually took a trip out to Lake Tahoe, which is like barely into California. And so that was actually technically the first time I've ever been in California. So for San Diego to be my next stop, I'm super excited for it, and I heard a lot of good things from the Bananas and the Firefighters saying it's an incredible ballpark, and so I'm just chomping at the bit to get there already.
I mean, I would be super excited to play in Petco Part 2. Personally, I mean, I've been to California once, In-N-Out Burger, great. I mean, Hollywood Walk of Fame, great. Great things in California. I mean, it's great to hear that, you're looking forward to Petco Park. And you talked about, I guess, actually the food aspect was actually going to be my next question related to this, but it's not like, food destinations you're looking forward to.
Yeah.
It's how would you describe your playing style in four food terms, personally for you?
Four food terms. Oh wow, that's a tough one. I was not ready for that one. Huh. Four food terms. So I'm trying to think of a way to describe like flashiness. So I guess maybe like a beef Wellington. I feel like it's such a, I don't know, Gordon Ramsay was known for making his beef Wellington, and that thing is very like unnecessarily like fancy. You know what I mean? It's literally just like a big old chunk of steak with some breading around it. And then but it's like a 5-star meal. And I'm like, and so I feel like that'd be kind of something for flashiness. Maybe I'm not sure. I'd say something like I'd say sweet. So like like a sweet tooth. I'd say I'm a decent human being. I try to be as nice and respectful to everybody I interact with, no matter the age. Um, and so I try to be a nice guy because I mean there's no room for negativity in this world. So I feel like just filling the world up with positivity. Um, and then I don't know, something like maybe like I'm gonna bring up like dragon fruit. I think it's kind of crazy, but it's unique. So I feel like I can be kind of crazy sometimes and kind of like hyper in a sense, but also kind of a unique guy in some ways. I just try to be different. I don't really want to stick to a normal like standard as to some people might be. So and then lastly, I'm gonna say like popcorn. I can be kind of everywhere sometimes. So and like you never know when I'm gonna explode. Like there's some days where I'm just like, all right, I'm just getting through the day. Um, but also just still trying to keep a smile on my face. And then other days I'm just like smiles even like a little extra bigger today. And then I'm just jumping around talking to everybody, giving people hugs, giving people high fives, whatever. So I'd say that. Something like that.
I mean, great for food terms. Dang,
Yeah.
that's a tongue twister. Honestly, you went a little more in depth than I thought you were gonna go. Honestly, I thought you were gonna say stuff like obviously sweet, saucy, heated, but I mean, you went in depth with the beef Wellington, and honestly, I truly appreciate that. Me and my girlfriend are big Hell's Kitchen fan, so I truly
Nice.
appreciated that. Now I want to ask you, I guess, big things. You said you were looking forward to Petco Park in San Diego. I want to ask you if you could have your big dream entrance for Banana Ball in 2026 with the Local Beach Coconuts. What would it be? What would be the full Sal Jacobo experience walking up to the plate for 2026? Lights, from lights to music to every sort of prop thing. What is that for you?
I don't think I would want to do something by myself. I think I'd want to do either with like just the infield or the whole team. And I just want the whole team to like come out on like riding a wave, a literal wave. Like if we play close enough to a coast or a beach, I want all of us like get video camera of us all surfing a wave. Then we come out and then we go out onto the field and we play like in our swim trunks, like not even like we play the first inning in our swim trunks, like not even in uniform. I think that would be hilarious, but also like super memorable, just an absolute core memory for every single one of us. And I think it would maybe it'd probably go viral. I'd hope.
I mean, I'd love to see it. I mean, you have a surf instructor coming to Local Beach in
Mhm.
26 with Andy Archer, and I mean, Ashby Vining brought a surfboard to his tryout. So ask him for some surfboards. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I would love to see it in 2026 for you guys. Now, I want to ask you, I guess, a little bit more about the Banana Ball side of things with the fan interactions. I mean, you've been part of Banana Ball for the past year. Heading into your second year with Banana Ball, I'm sure you've had tons of amazing fan interactions personally for you throughout the world tour. What is one fan interaction that sticks out to you from last season?
Oh man, there's been a lot of really good ones. I think a pretty like a pretty special one that hasn't um that was very, I guess, kind of what I didn't expect. So it was with this one lady in K Club. Her name is Jean Cassidy, and um I met her at my very first game, like my very first banana ball game. I had to do before the peel with Vava, Ponce, and Jake Lialios, and so we went out there and we picked like three contestants to do Party Rock, and she was one of them. And so I met her, and she was a very sweet lady. And I was like, I had heard from plenty of the guys like you're gonna meet a ton of people, um, and so like you don't really have to try to remember names. But I really tried hard to remember her name because I was like, it's the first fan I interacted with really ever. And turns out like she was in K Club and she would end up coming to a lot more games and I would see her a lot more throughout the year. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So I think that was probably one of my favorite things that kind of lasted throughout the whole year is having like like a regular that I would see that I thought was really cool and I could kind of have like um just like a nice genuine conversation with somebody and like ask them like how their travel was and stuff and like for them and like she told me how like she saw me grow just throughout this whole year and how I went from just a little rookie, just now starting off in a banana ball, honestly looking clueless to now like having 1 year under my belt. And a lot of people have told me that I start to look like a veteran when I'm out there, and that's a huge compliment. But I know I still got a long way to go. So that was probably one of my favorite interactions.
It's great to hear these fans' first interactions. I mean, something I heard from Brian Dancer of the Indianapolis Clowns, of which I didn't know this, which y'all can go up into the stands before the game and have autographs and interactions with the fans. Something that you don't really get the luxury of for pro ball or any sort of indie ball. So it's great to hear like a personal experience from you, especially having like a regular you see on a constant basis from game to game throughout the world tour. So I mean, it's great to hear that from, obviously somebody who's been part of Fans First Entertainment and who's, a veteran in the game now for, 2025 and 2026. So, I truly appreciate that. Now, I want to ask you, because I asked Fisher Polydorf this, if you could, I know custom bats are not a current thing in Banana Ball, but I want to ask you personally. I guess something centered around beach or coasts or California, since you're part of the Coconuts, if you could choose something random to create a bat out of to use for the 2026 season, what would it be and why?
Huh. To make the bat out of? That's interesting. Um, I feel like I feel like a coconut is kind of the given one, but hmm, that's a tough one. I've always wondered if anyone's made a bat out of like a palm tree, like whatever kind of wood that is. So I feel like that would be cool. But if not that, then I'd say I don't know, maybe like a boat oar, like just like get like a like a rowing oar, so like the paddle, just like a boat paddle, and just like shape it up to where it's just like almost just like a perfect bat, and then probably use that.
I mean, I'd love to see it in 2026 or
Yeah.
2027, whenever it can be implemented for Banana Ball. I mean, personally, one of my favorite games growing up was Mario Super Sluggers on the Wii. And I forgot it was one of the Donkey Kong looking characters, and he had a surfboard, and he would just
Oh
knock
yeah.
homers out the park
I
like
think it
that.
was his I think it was Diddy Kong, his son or something. Maybe.
Diddy Kong. I mean, it was
Yeah.
one of the Kongs. I mean, it
Yeah.
was one of them. But honestly, I would love to see, something made out of, I guess, beach attire for bats in 2026. Honestly, I'd love to see that. Now, something else I'd love to see in 2026, and I want to ask you about this. Banana Ball has brought in a lot of guests throughout the years. I mean, John Cena, Backstreet Boys, a lot of MLB legends. If you could choose a celebrity to bring in for 2026 that you want to do maybe a dance, a game with, a play with for the Local Beach Coconuts, who would it be and why?
Yeah. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to think on like kind of beach people. Um I feel like I think it'd be kind of cool if we got I think it's a little bit older movie, but from Teen Beach Movie, get some of their cast to do a dance. I know we did a couple, I know Ponce loves Teen Beach Movie. And so he would do those dances, but I think it'd be cool to get the cast out and do a Teen Beach Movie dance. Because it's a little, I don't know, I think it was cool because because I think it was from the movie or like the show that they were watching within the movie was like a little bit older, like I think in the 80s or 90s. And so kind of like that vintage beach kind of style would be cool to see.
Dude, I mean, I love to see. I've seen Dalton Ponce's "Cruising for a Bruising." I've seen the reels out there. I would love to see Ross Lynch out there with the Loco Beach
Yeah.
Coconuts. I don't know how athletic he is. I mean, I grew up watching Disney Channel shows with him on there, but I don't know how athletic he is. But I would love to see more like I guess celebrities or movie stars come in
Yeah.
for Banana Ball in 26. I guess I want to ask you. I mean, an MLB legend on that side of things. What MLB legend or star would you want to see for Local Beach?
I don't know if he has any sort of relation with like a Hawaiian background or like a beach background, but my favorite player of all time is Robinson Cano. And
Hmm.
so I would love to see him come out and taking at bat or like I want to see him even try some trick plays because he was known for how smooth and almost effortless he would make a ground ball look, and he was just like he was a player that I looked up to as a kid, and I would watch his highlight tapes and be like, man, he looks so smooth and effortless. I was like, so I would kind of replicate my playing style to him. So that would be really cool to see him.
I mean, I love Robinson Cano, especially from the Yankee aspect. And when he went to Seattle, I mean, he's in his early 40s. I mean, you also have a coach that was a four-time MLB All-Star. I mean, you have Shane
Mhm.
Victorino, the flying Hawaiian, um, out there as well. So honestly, I would love to see a Shane Victorino, Robinson Cano dance. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
I don't know how well, Coach Victorino can dance. I've never seen him dance, but I mean, I would love to see that in 2026. Personally, I love Robbie Cano, but I want to ask you. I mean, Banana Ball doesn't play during the Christmas season, but I mean, I'm wearing a Christmas hat. It's the holiday season. It's December 12th, I believe. I want to ask you, what's your favorite Christmas movie, Christmas song, or something you would walk out to for a Christmas themed Banana Ball at bat?
Um, a Christmas theme. Last year, I remember we did the hot chocolate from the Polar Express, the hot chocolate scene where the waiters are throwing hot chocolate to the kids and everything, and they were singing that song and dancing. So that was cool. But I think for a Christmas themed walk up song. So my favorite movie is Home Alone. So I think it wouldn't be a song, but I think it would be hilarious to like have have two or three guys kind of dress up as burglars and then just like random like um chain reaction traps come and like hit them in the face or something funny. And I think that would be really funny. And then like it would be me like as the Home Alone kid from somewhere and saying like the famous words like Merry Christmas, you filthy animal, or something. And then I think that would be really funny to do something like that.
Wish Banana Ball was all year round, so we could
Mhm.
get like a Christmas theme something. Honestly, I'm making a graphic later of a bunch of Banana Ball guys' favorite Christmas movies, so I have you down as Home Alone, right there. But honestly, I love Home Alone. Honestly, I would love to see Macaulay Culkin for the Local Beach
Yeah.
Coconuts in 2026. Do a whole skit or something there. Personally for you. Now, I want to ask you. I have two more questions for you, Sal. I want to ask you this one. Obviously you have a lot of pre-game regimens. I mean, I'm sure every baseball player has a pre-game regimen. But I mean, I haven't asked this question to any banana ball player. Do you have a pre-game regimen for every banana ball game you do, or is it something that you're going to switch up in 2026?
Um, I might switch a little bit up, just mainly like add in some things. But what I've been doing since I was in college, I would always have, and this was probably very unhealthy, I would always have a rainbow sherbet, um, energy drink, and a whole can of sour cream and onion Pringles. Not the half can, the tall can. Super random, but it was like because there was always a gas station super close to the ball field when I was in college. So I'd go there after we'd get done hitting BP. So we'd have a little bit of time to come back before we got to dress out. And I'd get the same thing because we didn't have a lot of time. So I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna stick to the same snack. And so I kept doing it, and eventually it just became a routine for every game to have a rain and Pringles. And some guys would make fun of me for it because sometimes I wouldn't eat the whole thing before the game. I'd eat it throughout it. And like I'd come in after making a play and I'd have some Pringles to before I go up to bat, and these guys would just laugh at me. And so I try to keep doing that whenever I know I for sure do in Savannah. It's a little harder on the road. Um, but when before Banana Bowl games, I do tend to have a rain or some sort of energy drink as well as some Pringles or like some sort of chip. So
I mean, that's a very interesting combo. I've never heard of a rainbow sherbet rain combo
yeah.
with the sour cream and onion Pringles. I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna knock it till I try it. I mean, I love sour cream and onion. I'm not too sure about Rainbow Sherbet, but I mean, I have a gas station close to me as well, so might have to get that. I mean,
Yeah.
Reese Miller, the Texas Tailgaters, was telling me that he eats two iced honey buns and
Oh wow.
energy drink before his game. So, I mean, I might have to just put a whole list of food items on my grocery list, and that's what's
Yeah.
that's what it's going to be. But Sal Jacobo, I have one final question for you. I ask this to every banana ball guy I have on. What does the term fans first personally mean for you?
For me, so I'm a Christian, and so I love I'd say one of my love languages, if not the love language, is acts of service. And through scripture, we are called to be servants to one another, to be a servant for God. And so that's how I see fans first is continuing and emphasizing being a servant to others, serving a fan, serving my teammates, serving my coaches in whatever way I can, whether it's getting a little kid an autograph or taking a picture with somebody, or even like when we do our VIP/VIB thing before the game, throwing the foot like spending some time to like throw the football around with some kids and just kind of build a memory there and just putting them first before myself. Another term I love is like I am second. And so putting myself second to everybody, putting myself second to the fans, second to my family. That's the term that I see when I hear fans first or read fans first. Is putting them up first, lifting them up, and really like serving them at the end of it.
I mean, that's a great and honestly one of the best responses I've had for this question. Truly, I mean, I think it's something I would say a lost aspect that, a lot of people want to focus on I guess, the business side of baseball and instead of really, what's your true purpose, especially, and rooted in Christ, and stuff like that. I feel like a lot of people like, they want to focus on themselves and really not what the game of baseball is about. So, Sal, thank you so much for sharing that response when it comes to that question. And also, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to do this. I mean, I'm not going to toot my own horn. This will probably be up within the next 20 minutes. I edit pretty fast. So, but Sal, I hope to reconnect in the future. I applied to be an intern for Banana Ball in 26. So hopefully, that can come in clutch. But Sal, thank you
Yeah.
again so much, and I hope you have an amazing day, man.
Of course, brother. Thank you so much for having me on. And this was one of the best interviews I've had. So props to you. I'll be praying for you through your internship opportunity. Hopefully it comes along and just praying that the Lord continues to bless you with your interview skills and the career that you're pursuing. And you're doing a great job, man. And I'm happy. So I'm happy to be a part of this. It was a lot of fun. So appreciate you, bro. Of
Thank you so much, and I appreciate the kind words, man. Thank you.
course, brother.